Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the sun in Cancer in the 8th house. So if you haven't seen my sun in Cancer original video, I definitely recommend you check that out to get an understanding of the base meaning of sun in Cancer. But we'll get right into it for the meanings of sun in the 8th house in Cancer. Usually what this indicates is somebody that is heavily invested into security, forms of acquiring security. You feel highly motivated by investing into some sort of creative project or endeavor that will bring you security and resources, or a closer relationship with family. Because the sun is in the 8th house. The 8th house has to do with motives, desire, and the sign of Cancer has to do with home life, security, emotions, fulfillment, investments. The sun indicates our willpower and our way of willing things into existence. And so with the sun in this house and in this sign, your way of willing things into existence is based on a desire for security. So that's where I got that from. Now, in addition, the sun indicates our constant way of acting, the constant energy that we radiate, our value to others. When the sun is in the 8th house and in Cancer, this indicates a very reserved and private person. So the sun doesn't feel very seen when it's in Cancer, and especially when it's in the 8th house in Cancer, because Cancer indicates a reserved or private person, and the 8th house indicates hidden motives or secrets, desires, and the process of manifestation, which is things that we don't reveal to others. It's things that we are manifesting in our lives. So in your life, the way that you will things into existence, of course, is based on the desire for security, but your way of acting is quite enigmatic, secretive, and hard to pinpoint, because you keep your motivations private. You keep your motivations to yourself when you have the sun in Cancer in the 8th house. Now, the other thing about sun in Cancer is that these people are highly creative. And they have an appreciation for music, art, spirituality a lot of times, and an appreciation for being alone as well, having some sort of alone time in order to recuperate their energy. And the reason why is because Cancer is the 12th sign from Leo, and the sun rules Leo. So that's why there's an influence of the 12th house. The 12th house has to do with spirituality, solitude, creativity, and chaos, which is all possibilities. When the sun is here, it's more fluctuating. And the reason why is because your personality is a reflection of your emotions, which are ever changing over time. So this gives you a fluctuating or mysterious enigma to your personality, and people have to dive into you more deeply to understand, why it is that you're acting certain ways on some days, because there's always an emotional drive behind your actions, or it's always a reflection of some sort of emotional state. And usually you don't seek attention, which the sun wants attention, but when it's in Cancer, it's not, it's more hidden or unconscious. It feels subconscious to other people, and it doesn't seek attention and stuff. So people really have to analyze you or try to understand you more in order to understand why it is that you feel a certain way or things like that. I hope that made sense. Now, in addition, with the influence of the eighth house, this could indicate emotional manipulative ability, because the eighth house has to do with the psychology of other people, the values of other people. So you're able to gain attention through psychologically manipulative ways, and you're able to have these deep attachments to others, and these this emotional investment that others put into you. People invest emotionally into you, and this is how you receive attention, validation, all the themes of the sun. Of course, this has to do with the Cancer as well, having to do with emotions, and the eighth house having to do with psychology. So together, this makes a deadly combo of emotional, like, manipulative ability, or just this deep understanding of other people's emotions and how to wrap them up into your own emotions. So this is quite a powerful placement in that way, but people can find that negative, or they can find you manipulative for that reason. And sometimes you just do it unconsciously. This is just your personality, your way of going about things. In addition, with the sun ruling the father figure, perhaps you had an emotionally manipulative father figure. And just generally speaking, with this placement, it will indicate that you go through power struggles with your family, perhaps, or this is something that you went through within childhood. Perhaps your family fought over shared goods and fought over shared resources, and had to make divisions, or like there was power struggles with how things were spread between the mother and the father, or perhaps something that had to do with security and how to split things up, because everything was mixed or shared between members of the family and stuff. And then you just have a very deep attachment to your children and your family when you have this placement as well, because Cancer in the eighth house is a deep water type of influence. So yeah, this is a big placement that can show your father, though. That's something that he could have had as a trait, is an ability to be emotionally manipulative. And then as well, this placement is highly seductive and highly mysterious and enigmatic, and people wonder about you, and you receive people's emotional investment very easily. You receive attention and validation through people's curiosity about you. So it is positive in this way, and it's very powerful, and it's easy for you to acquire resources. The sign of Cancer has to do with long-lasting resources, finances, investments, kind of like the second house or the sign of Taurus, but in a more powerful way. So you can be very materially successful with this placement. So this is what the Cancer sun in the 8th house indicates. I think I covered most of what I wanted to. Hopefully that was resonating in some way or made sense. And I feel like I was a little bit scattered, but I tried to fit it all together in a somewhat coherent way. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out my Patreon for more astrology content, as well as monthly horoscopes using numerology and astrology. And I do a free natal chart reading or inquiry for each of my Patreon subscribers. So answering any type of question, career, talents, love, synastry, using your chart and diving into your planets and your placements and what I see within that, and how you can utilize it for your benefit. So if that interests you, definitely check out that link in the description. And other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in a future video. Peace.